Hello, thanks for joining WIFR here for our FastCast. Some developing news: the Rockford IceHogs game is canceled following a power outage where thousands of kids attended. Several state-line schools were there, including North Boone, Winnebago, Byron and Lena, Sycamore, and more. ASM Global Rockford Management says there is no emergency in the BMO Center and the game was canceled. An IceHogs employee says something like this hasn't happened in more than 25 years. Rockford firefighters have their hands full, battling 3 fires in 2 days. The first one started Wednesday evening in the 1400 block of 5th Avenue. Firefighters found a small fire coming from the upstairs bedroom window of a 2-family apartment building. They put it out within minutes and no one was hurt, but the fire left $5,000 in damages. About a half hour later, first responders were sent to the 1400 block of Andrew Street for a house fire, with smoke coming from the second story of the building. There's about $10,000 in damage related to that fire, but no one was hurt. Investigators look for the cause of a third fire that broke out just after midnight in the 900 block of Acorn Street. This is the 4th time they've handled a fire at the abandoned 2-story building in recent months. Our WIFR crew saw flames coming through the roof and the building was boarded up. Beloit police ask for help after 2 people are shot Thursday morning in the 1500 block of White Avenue. Officers arrived to find a 51-year-old and a 41-year-old with gunshot wounds. The 51-year-old man later died at an area hospital, and the 41-year-old man was taken to the hospital, but his injuries are non-life-threatening. Anyone with information about the shooting should contact the Beloit Police Department, and you can call them at 608-757-2244. The families of 2 people killed in a 2018 crash in Stockton involving a Panera Bread truck will receive millions of dollars following a Winnebago County jury verdict. The crash killed 88-year-old Fred Kershon and 71-year-old Ruthie Fairchild. Fred's son Bob Kershon was seriously hurt in the crash. Bob and Fred were driving east on U.S. Route 20 behind a Panera Bread truck driven by Elude Valencia, and another driver, Mary Norman, and her passenger Ruthie Fairchild were driving west on Route 20. That's when Norman and the Panera truck collided, sending her vehicle into the other lane, crashing head-on into the Kershon's vehicle. Fred died at the scene and Ruthie died a few days later. The Kershon family filed a lawsuit in 2018 claiming Panera didn't properly train Valencia and Valencia should have better known the vehicle he was driving. Lawyers also pointed to Valencia's driving record, saying he was involved in 4 crashes during his 11-year career with the company. Kershon's attorneys also argued Norman was liable for the crash, saying she was driving too close to the center of the road, and as part of the verdict, $37 million will go to Bob Kershon for his injuries, with Fred and Ruthie's estates each getting $15 million. One person is taken to a hospital after crashing into a combine harvester in Belvedere. According to investigators, before 7:30 Wednesday evening, the person was trapped on Genoa Road near Cohoon Road. Firefighters took about 10 to 15 minutes to remove the person, who was then sent to an area hospital. The driver of the combine was not hurt, and first responders remind drivers to please stay alert for combines on the road, especially during harvest season. Kevin Schmidt, the 35-year-old man accused of killing his parents at a rural Sycamore home, confessed to the murders, according to a report from the Daily Chronicle. The local newspaper says court records claim Schmidt plotted the killings, believing his mother and father, Holly and Gary Schmidt, would hold him hostage or kill him. Schmidt reportedly beat his parents to death several hours before their bodies were discovered Tuesday morning in the 1300 block of Oakland Drive in Sycamore, and authorities tracked Schmidt to the Rockford area where he was detained and later charged him with 4 counts of first-degree murder. A judge ordered to keep Schmidt detained in jail, and a GoFundMe page is set up for Holly and Gary Schmidt. Following a unanimous vote, Circuit Judge Brendan Marr will serve as the 17th Judicial Circuit's next Chief Judge. Marr is set to move into that role on January 1st, and he will oversee the court system's administrative functions and work with court stakeholders to keep operations fair and running smoothly. Judge Marr was appointed to the bench in 2010 and was elected to a full term in 2012. He currently serves as presiding judge of the Criminal Division in Winnebago County. Cottonwood Airport celebrates nearly 80 years of operation this week. The small strip of land opened as the city's first airport in 1945 and was handled privately before a group of shareholders formed the Cottonwood Corporation 40 years later. WIFR's Nathaniel Langley speaks with leaders at the airport about how they're keeping the legacy flying high.
Hey folks, WIFR's Nathaniel Langley here right in front of Cottonwood Airport. Coming up in today's shows, I'll take us behind the fence and explain why Rockford pilots call it a jewel on the city's west side. That'll be for today's shows. You can catch it later on WIFR.com.
And the temperatures outdoors don't seem like they've got the memo that fall has arrived just yet. Here's a quick look at our 10-day forecast out there. So taking a look, you can see we're sitting at about 81 degrees on our little weather bug in the bottom right corner. Then you can take a look to our Thursday. We're warming up. We're going to have an 87-degree high there on our Thursday. We're going to be warming up even more, almost hitting the 90-degree mark there on Friday. But something we do want to bring your attention to there, we are going to have some partly cloudy conditions, but those clouds are going to go away on a little siesta here as we hit the weekend. Looks like it's going to be lots and lots of sunshine here Saturday and Sunday. High of 88 on Saturday and a high of 85 on Sunday, and it looks like that is when we are going to finally hit our little cool down period. Looks like Monday we're finally going to break back into the 70-degree range, high of 79 there, and Tuesday we're bringing some rain chances and lowering those temperatures down even further to a high of 67. Wednesday, moving those rain chances out the back door, and looks like we've got about 64 degrees for our high. Partly cloudy conditions there again, and then as we continue on throughout the later portions of the week, it looks like we're going to warm up a little bit as we head into our Friday, but it looks like things are going to remain consistent in the weather department. As you can see there, next Saturday, we've got a high of 69 degrees. So obviously, as we go a little bit further here into the fall, it's definitely never a bad idea to download our WIFR First Alert weather app, whether it's just to make sure that you bring that rain jacket out there with you, or maybe it's just to stay off the roads in case of another weather-related emergency. We can send those notifications out to you at a moment's notice, and that's the quickest, most accurate way that we can get that information out to you. Now, those stories I mentioned here just a moment ago will be coming up in our shows this afternoon and this evening at 4, 5, 6, and 10. And of course, to get the latest news both in the state line and across the country, you can head to our website at WIFR.com. And just like I mentioned with our WIFR First Alert weather app, you can head to your smartphone's app store and type WIFR into the search bar to download the WIFR News app or that First Alert weather app. You can download both of those apps on the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store. Thank you so much again for watching, and we'll see you coming up here shortly in just a couple of hours for WIFR News First at 4.